All right, hello and welcome. I want you to just think for a second about all the images you have sitting in your data right now. Product photos, charts, scanned documents, just tons of them. Now what if you could actually talk to them? That's exactly what we're going to get into today. We're diving deep into how Snowflake Cortex AI can take all that visual data and turn it into a total goldmine of insights you can actually query. Seriously, just let that sink in for a moment. What if you could literally ask a picture a question and get a detailed, useful answer right back? I know, it sounds a little bit like science fiction, but this is the exact capability we're going to explore right now. For most companies, this is the reality. You've got these massive libraries of visual data, millions of images, maybe more, but getting to the information inside them is, well, it's really, really hard. They're kind of like these locked boxes, just packed with value that you can't easily get to.
So how do you open that box? Well, that's where Snowflake Cortex AI comes in. It's literally the key. It hands you this powerful set of tools to finally get at that visual data. And you know the best part? The absolute best part is that you do it all right inside Snowflake. No new languages, no complicated setup, just the same SQL you already know and use every day.
So what does this unlocking actually look like in practice? Well, you can ask questions about a chart, you can have the AI compare two different ad creatives to see which one works better, you can automatically tag real estate photos to improve search, you can even create captions or power a full-blown visual search engine. I mean, the possibilities here are just huge.
And here are the tools of the trade. These are the specific SQL functions that make all that magic happen. Now, they look really simple, and honestly, that's the whole point. It's all about making these incredibly complex AI tasks accessible to anyone who already knows SQL.
Okay, so let's get our hands dirty with some real-world examples. First up, we're going to see how Cortex AI helps us understand and really interpret the content that's locked inside our images.
So imagine you've got this pie chart just sitting in a Snowflake stage. Now, instead of you or your team having to manually analyze it, you can just use the AI_complete function. Look at this query. It's so straightforward. We're just telling it which model to use, asking our question in plain English, and then pointing it to the file. It's basically like having a data analyst on call.
And boom, here's the result. It's brilliant. See, the AI doesn't just read off the percentages, it actually synthesizes the information. It points out that data scientists are the dominant group, and even gives you a high-level insight about the growing importance of the field. Think about the time that saves. It's incredible.
Now here's where it gets really powerful, because you can analyze multiple images at once. In this example, the AI was asked to compare two different car ads and then figure out the ideal audience for each. And just look at what it came back with. These incredibly distinct, insightful profiles. One for conservative luxury buyers, the other for young, tech-savvy urbanites. This could just slash the time it takes to do A/B testing and really drive a higher marketing ROI.
Okay, so classification. This is another really powerful one. Just imagine you're running a real estate website, right? With a function like AI_classify, it's just so simple. You give it a photo, you give it a list of possible labels, like living area, kitchen, whatever, and boom, it instantly spits back the right one. This means you can automatically organize and search through thousands of photos, saving countless hours and making the whole user experience on your site way, way better.
All right, let's build on that. Now we're going to see how all this can lead to something even more powerful. Searching for images based on what they actually look like, not just what their file name happens to be.
So the magic behind all this visual search stuff? It's a concept called a vector embedding. And honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like a unique numerical fingerprint for every single image. This fingerprint captures the essence of the picture, the objects, the colors, the concepts, and that's what allows the computer to actually understand and compare them.
So, once you have these fingerprints, you can start comparing them. This number you're looking at is a cosine similarity score. In this case, it's comparing two different photos of people in a city. A score like this, around 0.53, tells the system that they're somewhat similar. They might both be urban scenes with crowds, even if the specific details are totally different. This is how that abstract idea of similarity becomes something concrete and measurable.
And here's the crucial point, right? With just a single, simple function, like AI_similarity, you can build a really powerful visual search. You could take one image, like this motorcycle ad, and instantly find every other image in your entire database that's visually similar. I mean, just think about the applications for brand monitoring or content discovery. It's really that easy. Now, with all this power at your fingertips, it's really important to choose the right tool for the job.
See, Snowflake gives you access to a bunch of different AI models, and each one has its own unique strengths.
So here's a quick comparison. As you can see, if what you're mostly doing is analyzing charts, the benchmark shows that models like Llama 4, Maverick, or Claude 3.5 Sonnet are exceptional performers. But maybe you're reasoning over documents. Well, then a different model might be your best bet. This lets you get super precise and optimize for performance based on your exact use case.
Yeah, of course, cost is always a factor. Billing is based on something called tokens, which is kind of how the AI measures the complexity of an image. What's really important to know is that different models see an image using a different number of tokens. So choosing the right model is always going to be this balance between getting the absolute best performance and being really cost efficient. So as we start to wrap this up, let's bring it all back to that main idea. What does this technology truly unlock for you and for your data? So here are the key things to take away from our explainer. First, and this is the big one, sophisticated image analysis isn't some niche, complex thing anymore. It's right there in Snowflake, and it's accessible with simple SQL. You can now understand, classify, and search your images with incredible ease. This lets you ground these advanced AI capabilities in solving real, everyday business problems, all while having the flexibility to pick the perfect model for your needs and budget.
You know, the most profound shift here is this. Your images are no longer just static files. They're a rich, dynamic, queryable dataset. So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Now that you can do all this, what is the very first question you are going to ask your images?